Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we are looking at the game of the one of best attacker Rashid Nezhmetdinov. This was his one of most famous game which he played against Chernikov in 1962. In this game, Rashid was playing as a white, so he started the game with the e4, now c5 Sicilian defense, knight to f3, knight to c6, d4, c captures on d4, knight captures on d4, and now g6, preparing the bishop to g7. So now knight to c3, bishop to g7, bishop to e3, knight to f6, bishop to c4, and now short castle. Rashid in this position played bishop to b3, which is very important move, because if you play something else like short castle, then black can play knight captures on e4, knight captures on e4, d5, and now whatever you play, black is winning a pawn in this position. That's the reason why Rashid in this position played bishop to b3. Now knight to g4. Knight to g4 is attacking the bishop, and this is not the knight sacrifice, because if you play queen captures on g4, and then black can play knight captures on d4, and that's exactly what happened in the game. Rashid played queen to h4, now queen to a5, short castle, and now bishop to f6. This is where all the fun started in the game. In this position, Chernikov was thinking that this game is going for the draw, because if Rashid played queen to h6 and then bishop to g7, again queen to h4, and again bishop to f6, and soon the game would be a draw by the repetition rule. And if Rashid plays something like queen to f4 or queen to g3, then there is a little tactic for the black, which is queen captures on c3. Now b captures on c3, knight to e2 check, giving the royal fork to the king and the queen. Now king to h1, knight captures on g3 check, and after h captures on g3, this position is winning for the black because of the white pawn structure. That's why in this position, Chernikov was thinking that this game is going for the draw. After this move, Chernikov went for the walk, and Rashid sat here and he was thinking for the next 40 minutes before making the next move. After 40 minutes, an excited boy ran up to Chernikov and he said, "Mister, he sacrificed his queen to you." And when Chernikov went back to the board, he saw that Rashid had played queen captures on f6. According to the Stockfish, this is not the best move or the best queen sacrifice. But if any sacrifice is working for you, then it's best for you. Black in this position played knight to e2 check, then knight captures on e2, e captures on f6, and now knight to c3. But the question is, why did black sacrifice his knight on the e2 square? The reason is very simple. If we go back and see what happened if black straight away play this e captures on f6. Now Rashid will play bishop captures on d4, rook to e8, now knight to d5, again attacking this f6 pawn, rook to e6, but that still does not save the game. Knight captures on f6 check, and the best move for the black in this position is to play rook captures on f6, and after bishop captures on f6, it is clear that Rashid is winning this game because of these two powerful bishops. That's why before accepting the queen sacrifice, it is important to play knight to e2 check, and because of this move, now black has the one move advantage. Black played rook to e8, now knight to d5, and remember, you cannot capture this pawn because of knight captures on f6 check. That's why black played rook to e6, so now bishop to d4, again attacking the pawn, and king to g7, again defend the pawn. Rashid played rook a to d1. This is a very simple yet very aggressive move, because now Rashid wants to play this rook to d3 and then rook to f3, attacking this f6 pawn. Black played d6. He wants to develop his bishop via d7 square. White played rook to d3, now bishop to d7, rook to f3, again attacking this f6 pawn. Black played bishop to b5, attacking this rook on the f1 square, but first Rashid played bishop to c3, attacking the queen, so that's why black played queen to d8, again guarding this f6 pawn. But Rashid didn't care about it, and he straight away played knight captures on f6. And now Chernikov made the last mistake of the game. He played bishop to e2, but the best move for him was rook to c8, but he missed it and he played bishop to e2. But the question is, why bishop to e2? Chernikov was thinking that the rook on the f3 is far more dangerous than the rook on the f1, and that's why he wants to capture the rook on the f3 so that he can release some pressure on the f6 square. But because of this mistake, now Rashid got a chance to play knight captures on h7 check, a brilliant knight sacrifice. But black didn't capture it and he played king to g8. But let's see what happens if you capture this sacrifice. After king captures on h7, Rashid can play rook captures on f7 check, king to h6, now bishop captures on e6. And now this is very clear why this position is winning for the Rashid. Yes, you can play queen to e8, but after bishop to d2 check, again it's not possible for the black to save this game from this position. That's the reason why black didn't accept the sacrifice on the h7 square. He played king to g8, but now rook to h3, rook to e5. Black is offering the rook exchange with the bishop because he knows that this dark square bishop is far more dangerous than any piece on the board. But Rashid didn't accept it and he played f4 attacking the rook. So black played bishop captures on f1, king captures on f1, and now black again attacks the bishop with the rook to c8. So now bishop to d4, b5, knight to g5, and now Rashid is attacking this f7 pawn with the bishop and the knight. That's why Chernikov played rook to c7, but still Rashid played it. Bishop captures on f7 check, rook captures on f7, and now Rashid gives the final blow with the rook to h8 check. King to g7 does not make any sense. That's why he played king captures on h8, but now knight captures on f7 check, king to h7, knight captures on d8. Black played rook captures on e4, attacking the f4 pawn and also attacking the dark square bishop. So Rashid saved it with the knight to c6. Now rook captures on f4 check, and after king to e2, black resigned in this position. The reason is very simple. Rashid has these two powerful minor pieces and one extra pawn in exchange for this rook. And if we look at the black pawn structure, it is impossible to win this game with this pawn structure. Another short story related to this game. This game produced such an powerful impression on tournament players that none of them presented their game to the judge for the beauty prize because they know Rashid is easily going to win it. And that's the story of the one of most famous game of Rashid Nezhmetdinov. So I hope you like this brilliant game of Rashid Nezhmetdinov, and if you like it, please like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more amazing and inspiring content.